just a moment ago, you said there's a point at which you wanted to make a career out of that. When did that, what age were you thinking, like, I want to do this?
Yeah, so I was, I was playing all sports. Like you said, you're outside playing this and that. And I was loved swimming and running and go out and run the cross country and and the athletics carnivals that we used to have at school. I'd run the 400, I'd turn around and sprint down there to run the 800. I want to compete in everything,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I loved all that stuff and playing different sports, soccer and, other various sports that I was playing growing up. But probably by the age of 14, I would say, I really started to focus in and hone in on baseball alone.
Hey,
Started to,
were you a dual role guy? Because you pitched, your career at the big league
yeah,
level was a pitcher.
yeah.
At that age, though, I would imagine you were probably a dual position guy. What else did you play?
Well, so I had never pitched. I actually wasn't even a pitcher. I actually never even had pitched. I was a catcher. So coming up, I played, like shortstop and T-ball and whatnot in the infield, just play everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And then got to a certain age where I started to catch. And I was a catcher and I caught for, New South Wales and, Australian team, whatnot, as a catcher.
Okay.
And every year we'd go to these tournaments, in play for New South Wales in the Australian baseball tournaments at Christmas time. And we go and we win it every year. Honestly, New South Wales, we always won it. We would always go up against, Melbourne, Victoria. And to this day, we'd give them a hard time, all those guys we played against.
As you should.
As we should. I mean, we did have a good bunch of guys and great bunch of players. And those were fun tournaments. And that was where you really got to be seen. It was sort of a lot of scouts, a lot of pro scouts coming down to those tournaments from the States and guys that lived in Australia that were affiliated with the teams from America. So that was where, sort of opened our eyes to what was going on in America more at those ages, 14s, 16s, 18s tournaments.
Right.
But yeah, I was a catcher. Wasn't the greatest of hitters, right? So one of the guys said, hey, you're a great catcher and whatnot. But I think if you want to sign a big league deal and get to the big leagues, if you jump on that mound, I'd like to see what you can do. So that's what I did. I jumped on the mound for a year and I think I won like pitcher of the year in the league back home,
Yeah.
in our first grade league and signed right after that. Just turned 19 and signed with Minnesota Twins. So